Hello, EduMagicians. Welcome to the EduMagic podcast with your host, Dr. Sam Fessich. Dr. Sam is a professor of education, author of EduMagic, and a pumpkin spice latte fan. This podcast is designed for pre-service teachers. Remember, friends, teaching doesn't begin at graduation, but during that first class at 8 a.m. Let's get this party started.
I'm Donnie Piercy, host of the Partial Credit Podcast, a part of the Education Podcast Network, just like the show you're listening to now. Shows on the network are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Hey, EduMagicians, welcome back to another episode of the EduMagic Podcast. My name is Dr. Sam Fessich, and today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my most popular blog posts, which is called Move Over Cahoots. There's a new formative assessment tool in town. Before we jump into today's presentation, I wanted to share with you that this week launched 2022 Spring Student Teacher Digital Planner. Oh my gosh, friends, this planner is jam-packed with stuff for you, the student teacher, to use in your spring semester of student teaching. This planner has everything that a student teacher needs. After being asked each semester, what do I put in my student teacher planner on DMs or email, I decided to just create one myself. And this planner includes student teaching checklists, cooperating teacher and university professor contact info, class roster pages, schedules, lesson plan templates, monthly calendars, forms and document, materials and resources cover page, grade book, classroom procedures, weekly reflection pieces for up to 15 weeks, develop professional development log, notes pages, and it's super student teacher budget friendly for only $10 or like 3 pumpkin spice lattes. You can grab your copy of the student teacher planner. The link is in the show notes, so go grab it now. Your future self will thank you. And if you order by December 1st, I will send you a customized cover with your name on it. So you can put that on the front of your cover, and you also get bonuses if you purchase by December 1st. And the bonuses include IEP at a glance form, more classroom procedure brainstorming pages, full weekly, daily schedules December through May with goal tracking and accomplishments, more lesson planning templates, grouping templates, family communication log, website and password page, student birthday page, and lots of other blank note pages. And if you use the code SAM, S-A-M, at checkout, you get 10% off your planner. So you can get this planner for $9. It includes so much. It's jam-packed with stuff for you as a student teacher. And if you order by December 1st, you get a customized cover page. All right, friends, let's jump into our session. Today, we're talking about one of my new favorite formative assessment tools, which is Blooket. So you know I'm a huge fan of formative assessments. You know, those checks for understanding to make sure your students understand what's going down in the classroom, they get and they understand what you're teaching them. There's so many tech tools out there to help you do formative assessments like Nearpod, Pear Deck, Lumio, Kahoot's a fan favorite. But let me tell you about a new kid on the block, Blooket. Let's jump in and talk about it some more. So Blooket is a game. It's actually a whole bunch of mini games that require participants to answer questions, strategize, and work together. It kind of reminds me of trivia night with friends. Like if trivia night and Kahoot came together, it would be Blooket. It's a lot of fun. Students can play individually or in teams. And just like other formative assessment games, you, the teacher, can host a live session for students to do in class, either asynchronously, together or asynchronously as homework, or they can work on their own pace at their own time for homework. So it's really cool because there's a student pace mode. You can find Blooket over on blooket.com. You create your free teacher login. And just like other formative assessment tools out there, Blooket is incredibly engaging and motivating for students to answer questions and respond. There's also some strategy involved in the game, and I'll share a little bit more about some of my favorite games when it comes to Blooket. But not only for students to answer questions correctly an amount of time, but also working together as a team. It really encourages students to cheer each other on and like, yeah, we got this. Let's go team one or team awesome. So some features within Blooket. After you create your free account, you can add a question. You can add questions to your set. This is your group of questions. And if you don't want to start from scratch, friends, you don't have to, because if you're a fan of Quizlet, you can totally upload your Quizlet right into there and create a Blooket from it. So if you don't want to create from scratch, you can either upload from Quizlet, or you can look at their library by selecting the Discover tab, and it will give you a whole bunch of content that you can use with your students. One of my student teachers was creating a Blooket for students to do as a review game for vocabulary words on the book Number of the Stars, and they loved it so much. After the test last week, they decided they want to do more. So they've done that game every day, which is pretty cool. She also found one for Marvel and Minecraft. So just some fun ones for students to do as well. So once you have your questions in there, you can choose multiple choice questions. You can do true and false questions. You can select the correct answer for each one. The hardest part is choosing a game mode. And I think there's like 8 different game modes, but my top three have to be tower defense. Students build towers and have to protect them with the number of correct answers they get. Gold Quest, which was for Halloween, they had one called Candy Quest, where as you answer questions correctly, you get treasure boxes, and in those treasure boxes, treasure chests, there's different types of gold, or something happens, or you can swap your gold. So there's strategy involved. You can steal gold, swap gold, all kinds of stuff. There's multipliers at the end as well. So answer questions strategically and steal other players' gold. And let me tell you, that's gets pretty heated. And then the other one is Cafe. Now, I don't know why I like this one so much. I think it kind of reminds me of like The Sims back in the 90s. You're like, you have to do this task. And so this one is Cafe. You have to serve up different meals, and based on the different questions you get correct, you get different things to add to your menu, which is pretty fun. I liked it. Anywho, so as the students play, they can upgrade their Blookets or their characters, and they have different characters around different themes. Like there's a Halloween pack in October for that. So that's pretty cool. And one of my favorite groups of Blooket would be the aquatic ones, and the spooky collections for the Halloween season. So once students, as they play, as they get more answers correct, they can get different points towards, getting their different characters. The next step is to give your students, so once you have your questions, you have what game you're going to play, then you just give them the code and they are off and running, answering those questions. They can do team-based or solo, and you just share a link right on your screen, and the students go in and they type in the code, and then they have some fun. So some teacher features within Blooket is you can edit a quiz, you can copy a quiz from other from if you've already created a quiz, you can copy it for different sections if you want to do that. You can merge 2 quizzes together. So if you have a quiz on chapter 1 and a quiz on chapter 2, and you're doing a 2-chapter review, you can combine those 2 without starting from scratch. You can combine those 2 together. You can select if instructions will show prior to the quiz. So if you want to prep your students beforehand, or they can have the instructions of the game be read on their screens, or if you want to walk them through that, you can do that. You can give option for the students to join late. There'll always be a code in the top corner so students can join late. You can view a report of how a student did. But it's limited. So you can view how many players there were, how many questions were correct and how many were incorrect, and the leaderboard. But to get more detailed analytics, you got to pay for that at $2.99 a month. Now, I specialize in free. I did not pay for that. But if you would like, that would be the cost for upgraded analytics. Now, with other tools like Nearpod and Pear Deck, you have that data right there for you if you're doing some formative assessment pieces within there. So as a college professor, I've used Blooket with my students to review for tests and for midterms. It's just something a little bit different, something a little bit refreshing for them, to get it from that Kahoot, or something we usually use in class. Some other ways to use it would be like for prior knowledge, see what students already know about a topic, see what students already, do it as an anticipatory set, like a brainstorming thing, see how they're doing with the content before you teach it. Reviewing for a quiz or a test, pretty self-explanatory there, doing a nice review piece, or engage students during the lesson. So if you're going through a lot of vocabulary during your lesson, you're doing a lot of content delivery, pause that content, do a Blooket, and then you can reteach some of this stuff. You can look at that data. Where are the ones students got incorrect and correct, and you can review that data. So I hope that you enjoyed today's quick tip about using Blooket in the classroom. It's one of my most popular blog posts over on sfessich.com. Don't forget to, if you're a student teacher or if you know a student teacher, send them the link to grab their copy of the 2022 Spring Student Teacher Planner. I am so excited to bring that to you again this year. It is definitely a labor of love, and I love serving our student teachers. It has everything that you need to be prepared and ready to go for your spring semester. All you need is your student teaching placement, right? All right, friends, I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Remember, you have the Edu-Magic within you.
And there you have it, Edu-Magicians. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. For more Edu-Magic, check out sfessage.com and follow Dr. Sam on Twitter and Instagram @sfessage. Until next time, you have the Edu-Magic within you.